All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the COD League Season 2 Game 2 matchup between Soggy Mitts and Not Today. Of course, Not Today took game number 1 in a 40 minutes pretty good win. Looked pretty good from my point of view. Their their strategy seemed to be pretty good, and they really took it to Soggy Mitts. And of course, I could not do this without my awesome co-caster, the one, the only Mr. Cash. How are you doing today after that game 1?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me. Definitely some of their premier American plays right here. Very it's definitely not something you get to cast too often, so I'm very happy to be here.
All right, and I am happy to be here as well to cast this game number 2 matchup for you guys. So going right into this match, I mean, I haven't really seen too many of the respect bands that for the picks that we saw in game number 1. Do you think that any one of those heroes is really something that needs to be taken care of for the other team?
Beastmaster is probably just a general fear for anybody. I believe Not Today has the first pick, so it's something that you don't. A lot of times, main teams are very scared of giving away, despite the small nerfs to both DP, and it's really not. So there's a respect ban for the Elder Titan. Well, actually, uh, Not Today ran the Elder Titan last game, actually, didn't they?
Yeah, Not Today had the other Titan first pick.
Yeah, and they actually don't want to give it away. Where Soggy Mitts is going to copy them and throw it back in their face. But and at the same time, Soggy Mitts bans out the Phoenix that they had last game as well.
Like the teams are a little bit confused as to the points of the bans. Maybe they thought the picks were one pick earlier. In any case, the Phoenix and the Elder Titan both get banned out by the team that played them in the first match.
And it's very interesting to see that DP, Phoenix all got very obviously very small, negligible nerfs, but still very right now top priority to get rid of. Even Doom got a small nerf and still being first picked up, still a very strong offlaner and still a strong position, greedy position 4 as well, but still flexible there. And Soggy Mitts take the slaughter this time.
Soggy Mitts get the slaughter that Not Today played this last match.
That was
And
excellently played by Ben Jazz. Very
right.
good execution, very good teamfight initiation. Did a really great job. But neither team is giving up too much about exactly what they're doing. They picked strong heroes, but Slarda can be run as a safe lane or an off lane, so it's not quite clear what they're doing. I really like when teams draft with some flexibility. You don't know exactly how they're going to be played, and they it leaves them more room for adjustment as the draft goes on.
Yeah, interesting that Not Today have not seen the Invoker banned out against them. So they possibly could go for it again this match. Do you think it's something that we're going to see from them?
It's possible. Leo Style definitely did a really good job on it, despite dying a couple of times early in lane. He recovered very well, had really nice stun strikes, and really dealt quite well with the Phoenix as well. Um, it really depends on what else to go. With Bounty Hunter, possibly not, because it's not something. Invoker can definitely deal with it, but if he has a lot of pressure on him, they may need some help rotation to help him with it. They might want to pick something that's a little tankier that doesn't need as much help. um, we'll see exactly how they want to play it out still. Bounty Hunter also getting some small nerfs recently, getting quite a bit less gold with his level 1 bounty and just a little bit less gold with his level 2 bounty with his level 2 track. But with these greedy 4s, Ricky's bounties, that's still expecting to be quite strong in this meta. I am surprised that they went with a bounty. Ricky's definitely picking up a lot of popularity. We'll see if they take advantage of it. They'll have a little. I guess they have a little more synergy with the Stardar, amplified damage, and the bounty track. If they keep putting that on all the heroes, they're going to have vision of everybody on the map at all times.
A little bit hard to get all 5 tracks out at the same. I see what the point is. I see what you went for there. It was a little bit nerfed with the self-track gold, but it's still a great skill. And also the Slardar and the Bounty Hunter on the same team. That is like you said, a potential that you could see every hero on the enemy team, because not only do you have one track, but you also have the amplified damage, which has part of the same components.
Yeah, and then the Life Stealer gets picked up again on another hero that was nerfed. I think he probably got one of the more significant nerfs, quite a big reduction to his base attack time, a little bit slower. Still strong hero, but definitely a little bit lower DPS than he was before. And then the Invoker ban, Respect ban, did come out of Soggy Mitts. They don't want to deal with that again.
We will not see the Leostai Invoker this time, and also the Mirana got taken out. So a hero that had a very good start to the game, and not today are going to have to find a different offlaner, and I feel like it could possibly be the Doom, but they may also go for more of a support Doom. Could still be picking up that offlaner.
And Doom generally not too worried about Bounty intercepting him, but that does something slow him down quite a bit. Bounty can be soaking him and following him around, definitely limits his impact and his ability to roam out of the fort position. Usually doing like jungle, eat a little bit, and then roam on mid or the safe lane or the off lane. And with Bounty walking around and getting vision and information, you can almost certainly get deep wards in. It would definitely make it quite a bit harder for Doom to have be impactful in the early parts of the game.
We are still waiting on that next ban out from Not Today. It's going to be their fourth. A little bit more difficult to talk about bans, but interesting that we haven't seen the Winter Wyvern banned out here by Not Today or Soggy Mitts. Do you think it's something that is strong enough to get picked here, or do you think it just didn't really work so well in the last match?
Well, not today. Just played around it so well. They really just avoided being grouping up and fighting, being together. They do have two melee heroes this time, but I think they were demoralized enough by the Winter Wyvern that they probably wouldn't pick it up again. Seeing interesting, the line getting banned out is a support that was very heavily favored before the majors. One of the top peak supports for Epicenter, and fell off a little bit during the major. Definitely had a very poor win rate, and as the major went on, got picked up less and less. But it's something that Natsuri doesn't want to deal with and does decide to ban out. I do really like the Bane pickup. It's quite nice. Something maybe people forget is Enfeeble, if casted on Lifestealer, does persist after Rage. You can't cast it on while he's Rage, but if you cast it beforehand, it does reduce Lifestealer damage quite a bit and can be quite impactful in a lot of these fights. But Mini Doom still opt out not to max it out, so we'll see how they decide to play it. And Disruptor getting taken again by not today. Again, still top support, and probably will still be top support going in a little further, despite the tiny little nerf to his ultimate. He still offers so much to teamfight and positioning. I'm really happy to see him come in so much into meta. I think is a really fun, very interesting support that punishes a lot of greedy plays.
Yeah, it's just sometimes you want to go into that fight, and then all of a sudden, sometimes it's a one person, sometimes it happens to be a 3-person static storm, and really just screw over your team fight quite a bit.
I love this pickup by Soggy Mitts with the new Blink Strike going through Magic Immunity. He can blink on the Lifestealer that is Rage now, so it makes it a lot easier to initiate. It makes it a lot harder for Lifestealer to run away. You don't always necessarily want to fight Lifestealer that's Rage, but it's going to make it a lot harder for them to move around. And Lifestealer getting low is going to be hard for him to armor toggle and jump away, with PA being able to chase him a lot easier.
Yeah, that pickup is actually so smart against the Lifestealer and with the change. I mean, I didn't really think about that, but it's actually ridiculously cool how you can just go up right against the Lifestealer. It almost makes it so that Phantom Assassin is more of a counter to Lifestealer now.
We'll see. I mean, they still have ways to deal with it. Earthspear, again, another nerfed hero. A lot of people say Earthspear got nerfed quite a bit, but in the right hands, he can be very impactful, very scary, especially in the early stages of the game. Put a lot of pressure in mid lane. But Bane is known as being a very strong hero that's just a lane winner. So whichever lane is being pressured, if he can rotate there fast enough, I don't think they have to be too worried. Um, the only thing is I would be worried about PA here is if Doom decides to go for a Silver Age this game. It's a very strong item, just basically cancel out his evasion, and then the PA can get shoot up rather quickly. So it'll be interesting for me to see if anybody on Not Today decides to go for that. It's a I think one of my favorite ways to deal with PA nowadays.
I think that Not Today are going for a lot of the heroes that were addressed in the recent updated Dota 2. Almost like their name is Nerf Today instead of Not Today. But on a more serious note, they're picking a lot of the heroes that you see most of the time in Dota 2. A lot of heroes that were played at the Manila Major, and Soggy Mitts have gone for more of a colorful lineup.
Yeah, and then they're taking the Timbersaw this game. They want to show Sakimans how it's supposed to be played, I guess. And both teams are actually banning out mids in the last stage, Magnus and Puck. They're both worried about those big team fight initiating heroes. That's
If you
kind of
look at
interesting thought process there.
if you look at the playstyle of the team from the last match, I mean, Timbersaw makes just so much sense with these kinds of lineups where you want to go deep, you want to go for the kills, and he just allows you to be able to get out of a lot of situations, get that reactive armor up, and live through things that most heroes shouldn't.
And he's going to be very taken. I don't expect him to die middle early, but they do have a lot of things to disjoint his chain. I mean, after he gets slept, he can jump away. But if he gets slept middle of his chain, he can get shuriken middle of his chain. He can get slaughter stun. So they do have a good bit of catch for him, as well as the slaughter bash with the physical that's quite strong as well. Um, I think he's going to link quite well, but I am a little bit worried. It's not they don't have a disruptor, but they still have they have tools to deal with the Timbersaw, in my opinion.
Was that your phone ringtone that was extremely well timed?
And that would be yes, that would be our Metal Gear Solid alarm.
Just the timing of what you were saying with when that ringtone happened was pretty amazing. So with that, the Razor is going to get picked up.
Oh, I love the Razor. He's not played off enough. One of my favorite heroes since Dota 1 days. He changed quite a bit since then, but he's actually such a great pickup against the Timbersaw. It's going to be almost impossible for the Timbersaw to do anything in mid lane here. That was a really fantastic last pickup.
So here we go into the match, game number 2 between Not Today and Soggy Mitz. So here we are going to introduce the teams. Here on the Radiant side for Not Today, it's going to be XD on the Disruptor. Matthew would be playing the Earth Spirit. Got Doom handled by Saint Sia. Gonna have a Timbersaw.
Zodiac Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. We're gonna have Leostow on the Timbersaw, and finally the Benjaz Lifestealer.
He did a fantastic performance last game on the Slardar. I expect not anything less from him on the last of this game. And on the Dire side, we have Sparky playing on the Bounty Hunter, getting a deep ward into the Radiant side. We have PA being played by God's Hands, Bane being played by Frodos, Noble Wings on the Razor, and of course D2Z on the Slardar with early Iron Talon.
D2Z did very well on that. I mean, both offlaners did pretty well. Obviously, the Mirana had a little bit more of farm and XP, but you know the Timbersaw also did rather well this last match. So we'll see if Slardar is able to have more of the same performance. They're sending the Timbersaw mid.
One interesting thing I'd like to point out for Sparky, generally we've seen most bounty hunters nowadays, well, recently been going with an Orb of Venom. This game, he decides to start out with that Blightstone for the armor reduction. No sentries either, but I'm very interested to see what he intends to do and who he plans to harass with that Blightstone.
Here we go into the match. The mid lane matchup going to be the Razor against Timbersaw. That ends up Bounty Hunter running around there. It's going to be that static link once again onto the Timbersaw right away. Numbers do end up adding up quite a bit. Top lane is going. Finally, at bottom is Slardar trying to get some levels against Raptor.
I'm surprised that the Slardar is staying in lane. Much was seen, especially about Mind Control being playing Slardar 4 games in a row. Oftentimes just goes straight into the jungle right away and getting a level or 2, and getting a little bit of farm with that Iron Talon right off the bat. He decides to sit in lane a little bit and soak some XP. It looks like the lane's gonna see how it works out for him.
After putting a lot of damage on Slardar, probably have to be a little bit more careful. Is able to get to level 2. Got the sprint and the crush available. Less kill. The glints can also be very strong. On look at that, 38 damage going with the level 2. About 100 right now.
And you can see it's wreaking havoc for Leo's style on the Timbersaw. He's getting almost no CS, having to use his Timber Chain just to get a little bit of some last hits.
Oh, there's going to be a roll in by the Earth Spirit, and it's going to slow down the Razor for a couple seconds. There's going to be a couple of hits that go out onto the Razor, but it's nothing to be able to get out of that one.
I mean, he already has his bottle coming, so he's not too worried about it.
There's going to be an open wounds onto the Slardar at bottom. Blaze just trying to kite out this Crush, and he does hit the Crush out onto 2 glimpses there, though. And the Slardar, he might be the first blood going down the way of the Disruptor, finding it with the glimpse.
Very nice pickoff. That's one of the risks of just staying in lane with the Slardar. He's only got 1 CS out of the lane. He can get a little bit easier farm, but I guess he wants to keep up the pressure on them and not give Lifestealer too much free farm, but backfired on him this time. The nice thing about the Timbersaw, despite him not getting any farm in the mid lane, as long as he gets levels, he can still be impactful over time as long as he doesn't die, but Razor should not be able to kill him. And Ear Spear is counter-initiating. Nice body blow axe. Nice kick.
Is the Timbersaw able to find the Timber Chain? He's going to go right through Razor. I don't know once. Got another Timber Chain available. Just going to back away. There is support available from the Bane. Happened 1 into the Nightmare. Going to be the healing stuff. Doesn't quite hit the Timbersaw, and Bane is not able to get in range for any spell. Bounty Hunter has made his way over to the bottom lane. May have been scouted out by that Sentry Ward in the Disruptor is aware that the Bounty Hunter.
But they're not committing to him right now. They just want to make sure it's secure. Plenty of farm for Benjaz and rear bottom later. Earth Spirit still camping middle, as well as Noble Wings is doing. He could be doing even better if that Earth Spirit wasn't constantly camping him as well. But now that he leaves, he has free reign again.
Arcane going to get picked up by the Bounty Hunter, but there is a dust here from the Earth Spirit. Wasn't able to get in front of the Bounty Hunter for the block, and Raptor does not have enough mana for the glimpse. Bounty Hunter is probably going to get away from this. There's a roll available, and it will not quite hit. It was low at bottom for the Earth Spirit to go. Out of mana now. He doesn't have any kicks. He's not got any stones, and probably just going to have to back up here.
And that ward, you can see it was a perfect placement by Bounty Hunter. Sees the Doom rotating, so they immediately ping out. They know exactly where he is. They know into the jungle. And they already started to chip away a little bit at the top tower of Not Today.
Once again, God's Hand. He's going to get a pretty free lane to farm in. Right now he's 29 to 14. Okay in the last hits, and expect him to have a pretty good start to the game like he did last game. A little bit different from Ben. I think she requires a little bit more farm to get started. If she's able to get the match. Razor just zoning out the Timbersaw in the mid lane. 168 damage done. This Timbersaw, if he were to hit anything, I mean, you can't really hit for negative damage, but if you could, you would be giving health back to the creeps. Probably something that you find a little bit weird. And Razor comes in with a nuke onto the Timbersaw. He's going to steal a little bit more damage. Just look at all this damage going away from the Timbersaw. And the Bounty Hunter has once again made his way over towards that mid lane. Still at level 1.
It's a very, very sad tree cutter in middle lane. 13 CS to the Razor's 35.
A bit deep. Not got a whole lot to worry about. Earth Spirit has gotten away that mid lane.
As I mentioned before, Bounty Hunter did go with the Blightstone. He did go back for that Over Venom. Just that spell's quite nice, so he decided to go pit, pick it up. I guess the Razor was trying to bait him into the Bounty Hunter, get a couple hits on him, and might have been able to kill him. But now that Timber's got his bottle, he should be quite safe. Meanwhile, Benjaz off to a great start. Has his phases and half his armlet already. Being a professional last hitter in that bottom lane. 47 in 6 minutes, and he's going on the Slardar on the tier 1. Rages.
He's gonna raise, goes for the Slardar, and that's he got the crush, but it's gonna be a nice dodge by Benjaz going into the creep to get that final damage out onto the Slardar.
You see having a little bit more of even a rougher start than he did last game, and Slardar is not like Timbersaw. He just with a couple of levels, he does not recover well. He really wants that Blink Dagger to be impactful in these fights, so he's definitely struggling. And we'll see if Razor's free lane and middle be able to compensate for that. But on the other hand, the Doom is not getting a lot out of offline either. Doing a little better. He did get his level 6, but he's and he's jungling a little better as well. But he's not getting too big yet.
We're also waiting in the wings on the top lane, but Bounty Hunter is here with his go on the bottom. Here comes a roll in by the Earth Spear, and there's going to be a Doom on the PA, but the Doom is almost down. Beautiful damage from the Earth Spear. Gets a kick through, and Sparky, he's going to go daddy in that top lane. Here's the Timber Chain right onto the Doom PA. That's going to be a double kill on the top lane. And the Radiant, they come right back. Not today, just showing that Soggy Mits are going to have to work a little bit harder for those.
Doom with a Scorched Earth survives. He lives just barely, and what a hero. And no nerfs can stop this guy. He's definitely a strong pick. Really like the way that they're playing with him. It was a little too late on that gank, and once he goes level 6, it's a very risky gank by Soggy Mits, and then it got punished.
Game 4 kills. Hero the side of Not Today, looking very strong in this match, even with the good start of Noble Wings on the mid lane. There's going to be a kickback by the Earth Spirit, silences him up here. Here's a Chakram doing quite a bit of damage to the Razor, and the Razor, one more Timber Chain could finish him off. It's going to hit, yeah, it's there. Timbersaw just goes right through him, and the Bane's going to get a glimpse back right into the Stack Storm. That's not feeling good in the morning, and Disruptor will finish off, and look at that, another stomp. Earth Spirit might be a little bit too far in here. Another roll in 7 seconds, and Swardar not quite able to find the amplified damage, but he is able to find the crush. Nice try on the juke by Earth Spear. Not good enough.
He's making space. He's just making space. It's all good. But DTZ definitely needed that. He needs something to recover with. And like we were mentioning before, Timbersaw, despite having such a poor start in lane, since he's in mid, he's still going to get levels. And just with levels alone, he's able to dish out so much damage, and already on his way to recover very quickly back into this game.
Has some minus armor on him. He's going to go right for the Swardar. Swardar puts the amplified damage back on him, but he might not be able to get the chance. And again, pop out, surprise! Goes the Life Stealer. He's going to find another kill onto the Swardar. Bounty Hunter, he's going ham onto the Disruptor. One more hit is going to be able to take him down. And is the Life Stealer going to be able to sink his claws into this one? Yeah, he is. Is Bounty Hunter going to be able to get away? He doesn't have enough mana just yet. He needs 5 more. He eats a tree, but it's not going to be enough. Killing spree for Benjaz, and he'll find a double kill on the bottom lane.
This Life Stealer is just getting out of control. He's halfway to his Echo Saber at this point, and he's definitely going to be something difficult to deal with. We'll see if this Razor and PA combination is going to be able to shut him down, because they still have so much AoE teamfight control with the Timbersaw, the Disruptor, and their spirit around him. It's going to be quite hard to focus him down.
Yeah, that is a real question here. Soggy Mits, clearly they have a lot to counter just one hero, but they're also going to have to play against the team. So it is not a 1v5, and okay, here is going to be the Fiend Script onto the Doom at the top lane. Crit is there, and there is going to be a Doom onto the PA, but Doom, he's being so aggressive. Timbersaw cleaning everything up with the help of the Disruptor, and once again, Soggy Mits, they're trying to go for kills, but they're just not able to find them.
And this is Doom. He does it with those perfect pickup on drums, gets him the stats that he needs. He's not even scared. A lot of Dooms max out Scorched Earth. He had 3 levels in Infernal Blade that fight, only 2 levels in Scorched Earth. And it still gets plenty of regen. He doesn't need it. He just wants to hit hard. Hard and party.
Hard party hard. Like that work hard, play hard, except a little bit more fun.
And it looks like Benj is going to go for a play. They're going to infest the Earth Spirit. Yeah, it does look that way, and they're just keeping up that pressure. 10 and 2, and they're going to go for Noble Wings on mid again. They have a nice deep ward, so they see it coming. But Disruptor gets him.
And once again, the Life Stealer pops out. Shy surprise. Going to take out the Razor.
Relentless aggression here.
And they're going to go right through this mid lane. They've taken down the tier 1 bottom, and they could take down this tier 1 mid. Doesn't look like a whole lot of stuff that Soggy Mits could do to try to stop them.
And they really don't want to. Right now, they want to finish up that Blink Dagger on Slaughter. He's getting somewhat close to it, and they really need a 6 on the Bounty Hunter, and then they have a chance of taking advantageous fights. But for now, it's with Timbersaw's got levels. Doom is down as one of their only advantages here, but besides that, it's so hard to fight into that Life Stealer at this point.
In the mid lane, there is going to be the Chakram onto Razor, who was nicely stunned by the Earth Spear, and the Timber Saw just goes right through him. Benjaz once again finds the kill. Brain Sap in by the Bane, but it's not going to matter. There's the Nightmare getting quickly taken off by the Magnetize. And Bane once again will go down on that mid lane. 13 kills to 2, and it looks like there's just nothing that Soggy Mist can do about this.
That was unfortunate there. They really want to buy some time for themselves. I guess he wasn't expecting for them to dive in that hard.
They could find the Disruptor here, but he's got a Static Storm. He will put it down, but it does not matter. Enough damage from the Sladar, and the Light Steer not going to be able to find any kills on the back of it. He was looking with hungry eyes, but unfortunately, he's not going to be safe.
Bounty Hunter gets his level 6, and that's very critical for them. And Sladar's getting just 50 gold away from his blink, so it's basically guaranteed at this point. And that was just that one kill in Disruptor alone, because of the Not Today's advantage, is almost a 900 gold swing. Those things like that, Not Today has to be really careful about. Despite how far ahead they are with the swing back gold mechanics, they can throw away the advantage very, very quickly.
Definitely have to rein in that aggression a little. Be very calculated with your pushes. Phantom Assassin can benefit from quite a bit of farm. There's a big comeback mechanic from Soggy Mist. Not today.
Another smoke from Not Today with another Infest Bomb on the Earth Spirit, and they're really putting on a lot of pressure. They're going deep, see if they can find another kill.
And here comes the Laser once again. Gets the open wounds onto the PA. Gonna bring her back with the Glimpse. They're kind of running around a bit here. Nice stun by the Slardar onto the Earth Spirit. Will end up taking him down. And the PA, she's gonna get away. She's down to 30 health. And here comes the Razor. Goes right for the Light Spear, taking the damage out of him. Timber Saw trying to slow him down with the Chakrams. Taking so much damage out of this. And on the other side of this, they are going to go for the Disruptor, who's tracked up. They know exactly where he is. He is not going to be able to wiggle his way out of this one. And the Slardar and the Razor find the kill.
And this is where a lot of times, if there's another hero, now a Viper or something else, the Lifesteal will turn around and fight that easily with once his abilities are cooldown. But when he has negative 224 damage,
finds a crush onto the Doom. Doom trying to TP out. Is there going to be a bash in here? No, there is not. Slardar not going to be able to find the. Well, he doesn't have bash level. A little bit hard to get a bash when you don't have the skill. In case that could be the turn into the Roche Pit, and PA already a pretty good Roche taker, but Slardar also increases that capability with the amplified damage, so most likely going to be a fairly quick Roshan as long as they can spread out the damage well enough. Saul does come in with the Chakram doing quite a bit of damage to the PA. There he goes with the chains, and he goes right in onto the PA, finds a kill, and Radiant rushing forward here. Not today, just showing their strength. Styling on the cores. They tack down the Slardar and the PA. And look at this. There is going to be a Static Storm onto Bounty Hunter, getting stunned up by the Earth Spear. Beautiful kick by him. And are they able to find anything off the back of this? Triple kill for the Timber Saw, and they just run forward. They smell blood in the water.
Any advantage that Razor had in the early game is completely evaporated. Timber Saw is just running rampant all over their team. He's got 66 last hits, 6 denies, 6 kills. He's the devil of Not Today.
Devil of Not Today. If there's a Bob Ross on the side of Soggy Mist to be able to keep the devil out of it, but we have roll in by the Earth Spear right onto the Bane. Not going to be able to get out of that one. It's just sad at this point.
This is almost Russian Dodo over here. They're just diving and killing them nonstop.
Diving and killing. They may go into the Roshan and start killing. Take a little bit of a look. Got basically all of the map control right now. They have one little ward, just a little ward here on the high ground in the first. Really helping them out a whole lot.
No, Noble is checking it. Oh, Slardar Blink initiating on the Doom. Very difficult target to go on.
He's so tanky.
Just tickling.
Even with that amplified damage. Here comes the Fiend Script, though. And they're going to be putting a lot of damage on the Doom. Another Crush would be available. And not today. They're not doing a whole lot because there is a Razor who's he had the Invis Rune bottled up. And a nice Nightmare onto the Timber Saw. What are they going to do? Razor comes in, gets the Static Link onto the Timber Saw. Timber Saw going around, giving a lot of damage over to the Razor. Razor about to go down. Timber Saw will end up finishing off. Beautiful Magnetized by the Earth Spear. Will end up taking down the Slardar and the Life Stealer. He finds the Bane in the trees. They will completely take him out. 4 kills to 1. at the
And
bottom
three
lane.
and Timbersaw just completed his Bloodstone before the fight started, so he gets 3 more charges on him, and he's gonna start to snowball even harder and harder and harder. And even if they have quite a bit of not arguments do have some tools to focus down individual targets. If not today, going group 2 or 3s together, it's so hard for them to really clean anybody up. Everyone's getting so tanky. Timbersaw already 1500 health, same lifesteal 1500 with the armlet off, and another death up top.
Randomly finding a bounty hunter also go. Not today, once again, spread across the map. They really don't have to worry about too much here. 23 kills to 6, and this graph only keeps going up.
And like we saw that last fight, it took so much from them. 3 of them and 2 in the Bane ultimate to just kill the Doom, just barely. And they still lost several people. So if not today, lose a hero in one lane, they're gonna take objectives and heroes in another. But like we said before, because of the comeback mechanic, they do have to be careful. Because right now, Soggy they do want to trade. If they trade 1 for 1, that's going to be a variable trade for them. They just want to avoid these 1 for 3 trades like the last fight.
They once again taking more map control away. Top tower is going to get fortified, but that will not save it for onslaught of not today. Tower.
And Doom does the defense for the blink dagger, so he has that reliable initiation. Lifesteal's gonna go for the monkey king bar from the looks of it to deal with the Phantom Assassin and the Doom on Noble Wings. Oof.
Doom onto Noble Wings at the bottom lane, and will go straight down. Nice crush onto the Doom, but it's not really doing a whole lot here. OPA comes in, gets a crit onto Doom. They will end up taking him out. Nice help from the amplified damage, and look at this damage from the Timbersaw. I mean, very difficult to actually take him out. Lifestealer comes in, just goes right for the Bane, and roll forward by the Earth Spirit. See if he's able to find anything after this. They will get the glimpse onto the important here. They take down the PA, and inside the trees, the kick narrowly misses the Bounty Hunter.
Well, PA managed to buy out her battle period before she died, or yeah, basically pretty much has it all in a couple of TP scrolls. But Timbersaw is just up to 18 Bloodstone charges, and he's gonna become unstoppable very soon.
Feels like Soggy Mitts are able to get one hero at the start of these fights. That's about it, because not today. They're just able to react so well, and this Timbersaw is just wreaking so much havoc.
I mean, on the good side, it is a core at least they're getting. They're not killing only Earth Spirit or Disruptor, but it is the least farm core on not today, so it's just not as impactful as they want it to be. If they were picking off Lifesteal or Timbersaw in these fights, it needs to be something, but even Timbersaw at this point, I think he might just buy boots of travel. Yeah, they already coming to him already. He's just, assuming if he dies, he's just gonna respawn instantly and TP right back to the fight. So it's basically has an Aegis at this point in the game.
Pretty much. They haven't quite taken the real Aegis from quite yet. It's unfortunate that PA is just finishing her Battle Fury right now, which is really a farming item. Help him a little bit. And well, apparently Benjaz is getting some kills. We'll find another one onto the Bane at bottom. Does use the Brain Staff, but it really doesn't help him too much. They could go for this tier 3 tower. Oh, nice glimpse back onto God's Hand. Just not being able to stay alive for too long this match at all. And the Static Storm is going to finish off the PA. And this Doom is standing right next to the Bounty Hunter. Dust comes through. And Sparky, well, I already made a joke about his name, so we may as well just stop right there. Maybe stop the bleeding a little bit. Spartar is able to find the top tower. That's not really going to help you a whole lot when the Radiant are base.
It's a very negligible consolation prize at this point in the game. Unfortunately, Soggy don't have quite the same huge counter initiation last game with the Phoenix and the Wyvern. They don't quite have the big long combo potential. They were really relying on some fights and track gold. So maybe if they're able to somehow find pickoffs from not today, have Roman, maybe Bounty Hunter and Slaughter get a couple track kills here and there, would probably be their best opportunity to get into the game. There's a Monkey King, Madara, and Lifestealer. But he doesn't want to come anywhere close. He's got to have over 2k health with Armlet on, and EA's got not even 1,000 at this point with her Battle Fury. And he just comes Earth Spirit again.
Earth Spirit. Punishing the positioning of Soggy Mid. Between 31 kills to 7, it seems to be much in the bag for.
Poor Bane just wanted to get a ward out, but they know that somewhere in this area is warded. Um, they saw him coming down, but they're not sure exactly where.
Interesting kill scores right now for Not Today. Ben Jazz sitting at 10-0-10. Timbersol sitting at 9-0-9. I really like the symmetric scores here for them. Not dying at all, getting even kills and assists. Are going to find the big man here. Going for Roshan. 22 minutes into the game. It's going to be the first time that he's died. Not for lack of trying, though. They will find the Roshan. Lifestealer picks up the Aegis, and as if he even needed it. This guy go right into the Earth Spirit once again. Forward, being very aggressive. Timbersol just going to clear up these creeps in the mid.
Desperate smoke coming out of Soggy Mist right now. They're rotating around the right side, trying to find a single pick-off. But they smoked that from right underneath one of the Not Today wards, so they see this whole thing coming. Doom's out of position. Is caught though.
Doom getting absolutely wrecked by that dagger, and we'll find a Doom onto the Slider. See if Soggy Mitts or Not Today are going to be able to react at all. Yay, he's trying to TP out. There's going to be a Fiend's Grip, but not before Timbersol finally Yules onto the PAP. He's just trying to run away, and there's going to be a Nightmare. And not going to be able to find the damage roll. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. As if it were any question at all. Ben Jazz just pops out and smacks that Bane down. Going to be a Fortify onto the Radiant Structures, and it is still available for the Dire, but Ben Jazz is going to walk right up, lay his hands on that Tier 3 tower. See if Soggy Mitts are able to do anything about it.
And they managed to get the PA, but so they have a little extra damage here in the fight. We'll see if that actually does anything.
Is back up in 10 seconds. Won't have a Fiend's Grip for another 60. Taking a lot of damage here. Still has that Aegis, so I don't think that's stopped by any. For Not Today, Timber continue to clear out these creeps with his skills. Doom will join them after spending a little bit of time in the cooler.
They find a high ground ward, sprint by Slaughter, he looks to initiate.
Ben Jazz, he's going for the open wounds onto the Razor, force staff away and Nightmared up, but there is going to be a glimpse here, and he's going to get absolutely wrecked by the Radiant side. There goes Ben Jazz, he finds a kill on the Razor, and he could find one onto the PA. Timbersol helps him out a little bit, finds a kill, and now Bane, oh wow, look at the damage from Timbersol. Again, there's the Eagle Scepter onto the Bounty Hunter, and yeah, crushes do not help you out against a raged Lifestealer.
They're just keeping the symmetry. 13-0-13, 12-0-12. They want to go out in style.
So Not Today, symmetric until the end. GG is going to get called, and it's going to be a 2-0. And this match was a little bit more of a stomp than the first one. 25 minutes, 37-8, and your Lifestealer Timbersol not dying at all. Any final thoughts for that match, Mr. Cash?
That was fantastic play by Not Today. They really played as a team really well. I think Soggy Mist, after the second was a little greedy, but they really was hoping more for this. Razor Pig did so well in lane, but they just got pushed. They got ganked so much and controlled so well. It was a very difficult game, but it was still very entertaining. Great showing from both teams, and definitely would like to see more of them in the future.
All right, and that's going to do it for this match. Once again, thank you everybody for watching. This has been a 2-0 victory for Not Today, and we may have some more things coming up on the stream, so stay tuned. Be right back in a little bit of time, so stay tuned. We might throw a curveball at you, but for now, stay classy, and don't rip your legs off. They're a little bit important. Cheers.
Dancing through the streets, we wander, falling for the fire. Burning at the heart, throwing hands up to the sky. Ooh, we live for the night. Ooh, here for the ride. I feel alive, another city light. Another city light. Dancing through the streets, we wander, falling for the fire. Burning at the heart, throwing hands up to the sky. I can see it all. The night will come when I call. The day is never too far away. Time will turn as I say. Ooh, we live for the night. Ooh, here for the ride. I feel alive, another city light. Another city light. Another city light.